probably live under a rock, but I have a new cat. His name is Genie. I have had cats before, however, none quite like him. He is insane, driving me crazy, but I love him. However, if you are doing the adoption process of a cat who is a baby and you've never done it before, even for me who has done certain parts of this before, it's never been quite like this. So I'm going to give you a couple bits of advice, and by no means am I an expert. I literally keep asking other cat parents their advice. So this is things I've gathered rather than, I guess, experienced myself, but basic things that you should know, which I already knew prior. Main vaccinations at 12 weeks old. Yes, 12 weeks. And I think there are 2 lots. Then neutering can begin from 4 months old, which is recommended because either female cats remain in heat and that's like torture for them, or male cats remain attempting to show dominance, which is what my cat is doing by pissing in every room, even though he's litter trained. So certain behaviours basically end or mellow out when they get neutered. So it's a really big deal that you neuter them, in general, for their health as well. So that's my priority at the moment, is waiting until we can do that. Wet and dry food, especially as kittens, because at 4 months they begin, no, 3 months, they begin to teeth, and whilst hard food, like dry food, is like important for them, wet food is a lot easier for them to actually eat because there's pain with the growth of new teeth. Do your plant research. I had to get rid of one plant, and then I found out that other plants we had were completely safe, which I didn't even know, but really lucky. Very easy to just take a picture of one of the leaves of your plants and just reverse image search it on Google, like not AI, just Google reverse search, and it will come up with similar plants and you can find which one is yours, and then just search up the name and if it's cat safe. The reason you want to do this is because if they eat certain plants, it can be poisonous, alongside other things that are slightly more well known, such as chocolate and garlic, onion, leeks, that kind of stuff are really bad for cats. Whereas if they eat a bit of these non-toxic plants, nothing really happens. Training after training. This cat came litter trained, and as I said, pissing in every room. It's mostly because of the male dominance aspect, like they want to mark their territory. You have to essentially steer them away from doing that, but it is like retraining a trained cat. I've never had to do that, but I do know that it's fairly common, so there's that. You need to have several toys, and I mean several, because they can get bored very easily, like humans do. You have to have toys that kind of appeal to different senses. So if he's in a biting mood or a scratching mood or a chasing mood, they're all really different moods, and so you have to have things that appeal to all of them. We have toys that he can bite, like soft toys. We have an automatic kind of mouse thing, feather thing. They all have bells, and he genuinely just likes to chase balls of paper sometimes, which he's been doing so much today. So there's also that. They are essentially babies, right? So they can't tell you what they're interested in, so you kind of just have to give them everything possible that you can and hope for the best. And they will communicate in other ways what they like and what they need. I've really struggled with the territory stuff and the extreme hyperness, because obviously as kittens they are at their most playful, this is their peak hyperness, and then once they're neutered plus grow into adults, that naturally kind of dissipates. So the toys thing is really important for that. And then on top of the territory thing, which I already mentioned about kind of steering them away, telling them no, making sure that they are very, very aware of their litter tray and things like that. They naturally also wake up a lot earlier than we do, so he's been waking me up from 5 to 6:30 a.m. every day. He's really good at sleeping through the night, but sometimes you have to let them meow until you are ready to let them out. Or for example, if they've been really, really naughty, and kind of putting them in like a little timeout zone, and they will meow. But it's teaching them, once they stop meowing and you bring them out, it's like, oh, that's what I need to do to be let out or not put in this timeout zone. Ultimately, it's very hard. If this is anything like having a kid, which the two cannot compare, I'm gonna be so tired. Because I am so tired already, if you cannot tell. One more thing to remember: if they have their litter tray, make sure to keep their food as far away as possible from the litter tray. They can be in the same room, they just have to be on opposite ends of the room, because otherwise it can create an aversion, because smells from the litter tray can reach to their food, etc. So there's several reasons why you should do that. Health as well, just hygiene. I feel like everything else is usually kind of mentioned when you look up cats and stuff, but these are the things, on top of things I knew, these are also things that I wish someone would tell me / remind me before before I got Genie, because I am so tired. Okay, but we will do some updated videos of Genie, how he's getting along with his vaccinations, which are next week, and I'm really nervous because he does not do well in new scenarios. He's very skittish, he's very nervous, very scared. But again, I know what to do. I know to take him in a soft bag, I know to give him a shirt with my scent, you know, I know to, you know, all these things. So but it's nerve-wracking. It's literally like you feel their emotions. But anyways, we'll do some update videos and see how he's getting on. But yeah, I love him so much, and if you have any advice, please give it to me to survive this kitten period, because I am struggling. But these are my tips that I feel like are the most helpful if your cat is like mine. Obviously all cats are different and their personalities really range. The last time I had kittens, they were so chill, didn't need shit. But saying that, Genie is far more affectionate and loving, so pros and cons. You should know what you're getting into when you get a cat or any pet. Okay, I am gonna go now. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you next time. Bye.